Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Marcus.
I'm Ryan.
And together, we are the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you guys with a game review, a game reaction, and a game subtraction.
Right. Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals, both 1-1 going into this highly anticipated matchup on Monday Night Football this week.
I don't think it was a must-win for the Cowboys, but for the Cardinals, it is definitely desperation time.
Right, and Zeke hasn't been able to get off on his running style like he did last year, so obviously they have to make adjustments as the season moves forward.
All right, so without further ado, let's get into the reaction video.
All right.
First and 10. Nice pass by Carson.
Right. Carson Palmer was definitely in the zone early and often.
It's like Jermaine Gresham.
Right. Who?
Oklahoma. Nice catch.
Right.
That's a running back, too.
It's crazy, too, because you can't always discredit like what Carson can do in the pocket. He's old as hell, but he's still pretty accurate in the pocket for a guy that's older. Look at that throw.
You see the way he stepped up in the pocket?
That was nice.
Put it nice and high with his
Jerron Brown.
receiver. Jerron Brown with the tug.
Right. 2 receptions, 27 yards, and 1 TD. And I believe he had another touchdown called back, so he could have had 2 TDs in this game.
Got the ball
Good
back
protection
again.
by the line there.
The OG Fitz.
Larry Fitz, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Man.
13 receptions, 149 yards, 15 targets out of his 13 receptions. So that shows how good of a receiver he is even at this old age.
So pretty much throwing the ball.
Right. Throw it to him, he'll catch it. One-handed, two-handed. Yeah, he's amazing.
Carson is moving nice early on in his game.
Right. A lot of confidence.
Got a nice pocket presence. I guess that's come from being a vet.
Right.
He's one of 4 quarterbacks in history, I believe, to throw 100 touchdowns with 2 teams.
Right. One of the USC quarterbacks that actually panned out and has actually had a decent career.
That was pure strength right there. Zeke broke through that.
Right. Only 22 carries, 80 yards, 1 touchdown for Zeke. Starting to get back to kind of how we are used to seeing him. That was great blocking up front by the best line in the NFL.
They've been kind of slacking off lately, though.
Yeah, their strategy definitely has had to change this season. They're not able to just rely on pounding their rock and imposing their will on other teams. So they're going to have to get other people involved, as you've noticed this season. Nice defense.
That's sack. Of course, Chandler.
Right? 3 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss for Chandler Jones.
Millie Rock.
Right, getting excited there.
Millie Rock.
Right. The microphone's flying around, just like that Arizona defense.
Well, I'm a Skins fan, so, you know, anything bad happened to the Cowboys, we celebrate.
Right.
Besides injuries.
Nice little rollout by Dak.
I was kind of impressed with that.
Yeah. He's good on the run. He's actually more accurate, it seems like, on the run under pressure like Aaron Rodgers than he is when he stays in the pocket. He used that athleticism. Here we go. Over the top.
Oh.
Superman.
What, he thought he was back at Mississippi State right
there?
Yeah,
I think so. He thought that was SEC play. 13 for 18, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns passing, and then he had 3 carries for 16 yards, and then that beautiful over-the-top Superman TD. Look at him, just in shame right there, in shambles.
Is Dak top 15 QB in the league?
Yeah, I would say so. Somewhere between 10 and 15. There's still other guys that I definitely would want over him, but I think he proved himself last year with the great season that they had, but it was a combination of him and obviously Zeke, touching the ball on 90% of their, attempts on offense. Great defense there. It's going to take a while for him to get into that top 5 discussion. I mean, we're talking maybe like 4 or 5 years from now, at that point, but
well, he's definitely trending up.
Right.
Way to step up in the pocket. Good pass.
But also, too, you got to think he came into a great situation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you would have put Deshaun Watson on the Dallas Cowboys, I felt you were going to have very similar results as well.
With that O-line.
Right. Great O-line. A great rookie running back last year was Zeke. Dez fucking Bryant, right? Jason Witten still at the end of his career. Right. I mean, you got great pieces all around. And the defense overachieved last year for him, too. Okay. There we go. That's what we're used to. Get off me, he says. Nice run. He said, yum, 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 feed me.
He said, I'm hungry.
Yep.
I said, come on, Zeke. He ain't got the same enthusiasm with it, though.
Right.
You can tell.
Well, it was because of the scandal in the offseason.
That's what I'm about to say. You can still look.
Okay.
This is
all right. This is awesome right here. Dez, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He said
6,
truck
7,
stick.
8, 9.
Right.
They say, Dez, I'm on a decline, huh?
Right. That was a speed burst button with the little truck stick right there.
And I'm still big and I'm still strong.
Right.
I'm just going to run through 5 people.
Right. Dez Bryant, 2 receptions, 12 yards, and 1 TD, but that might have been the most impressive TD I've seen from Dez in a couple years.
That's
just the effort right here.
Watch that move. Ooh.
Right.
Oh, that's
right.
Patrick
1,
Peterson.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, even a guy jumping over the top, and they still can't even prevent him from getting into the end zone. Look at that heart. He was getting in no matter what. I don't care. And he doesn't even.
Frederick helping him out.
Right. He doesn't even have too many Cowboys pushing him in either. I mean, he had a couple there at the end, but what a hell of an effort. Throw up the X for Dez.
Yeah, man, because everybody been on Dez's helmet lately, man, saying he's in the decline.
Right.
He can't get open. He can't run away. He's just a jump ball receiver now.
Right, and it's hilarious to me when a lot of people think that he's not a top 10 wide receiver. He may not be top 5 anymore, but I definitely would take him in the top 10 because he's very dangerous, especially if they give him chances. I mean, look, he only had 2 chances. He had 2 receptions, and he got 1 touchdown off a play that he made himself that most guys wouldn't have gotten in the end zone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
When all else fails, you throw it up the OG Fitz.
Right. He's still on. Are you surprised how great of a receiver he still is at this point of his career?
No, because he's never been one to really rely on his speed. Was always precision
hands,
route running and his great hands.
Right, and just like when he was at Pitt, we knew that he was special.
Just throw him the ball. He's going to catch it.
Get off him. That was beautiful. 13 receptions, 149 yards.
Nice corner route. It got it's getting to a point at this game where it's like, who else is he going to go to? No David Johnson.
Right.
So his weapons is limited.
Speaking of that, Andre Ellington and Chris Johnson's CJ
1999.
CJ 2K, right? 1999, right? Madden 99. 17 carries combined for the 2 running backs, only 39 yards, 0 TDs. So that's kind of where you get the outcome. If you don't have enough of a balanced running game, it's really tough to compete with anyone.
It's hard. I mean, 2K, man, 12 carries, 17 yards, 1.4 yard per carry.
Right. And they obviously brought CJ 2K. They cut him, and then they brought him back because of the David Johnson injury.
A great play by that.
Yeah, that was nice. Bryce Butler, 2 receptions, 90 yards, and a touchdown. That was beautiful.
He just did what you said he's great at doing, and that's throwing on the run.
Right. Might be the best quarterback on the run besides Aaron Rodgers based off accuracy.
Look at that accuracy.
Right, and being able to put it in the right spot. And this is only his 2nd year. You know what I mean? And it shows you the trend. You need to have a quarterback that is able to make plays.
To improvise. When the play doesn't go right, you need someone who can ad-lib and make something up and make a play on their own.
Right. That's why they were giving Eli a bunch of crap, because he just has no mobility in the pocket,
Yeah, Eli
that was amazing right there. That might have been a catch of the year candidate right there.
You just got mossed.
Right. That was beautiful. Please let me help you up, young man. Let me help you up, young man, after I just made the beautiful catch on you. Look at that. Amazing.
Look at that.
He wasn't even in the right spot to make that catch, and he just stole it from him. Yeah.
Oh, it almost hit the ground, too.
Right. Off his legs, off the other defender's legs.
Hey, Larry Fitz was definitely lit tonight.
Right. First ballot Hall of Famer. And it's crazy, too, because his production really hasn't dropped off at all in his whole career.
Throughout his whole career.
You know what I mean?
Consistent.
And think about how loyal he is. He could have went to the Patriots, the Steelers. Right. He could have went to any team he wanted, the Seahawks. He could have went somewhere else, but he's kind of a true and true, the loyalty means something for him.
Okay.
He's almost like an 80s, 90s receiver. You know what I mean? A guy that's like a loyal guy that won't leave no matter what. You know what I mean? Like in free agency now in the NFL and NBA, there is no loyalty, but he kind of gives you that old school feel,
There's that guy doing what he do best again.
Right.
Throwing on a run.
Right. He got so excited like he scored like he didn't get touched by Honey Badger. Good effort, though. That's what they tell you. Keep going until the whistle blows.
Get back there, Honey Badger.
But right here. Watch how lazy he is when he goes to touch him. You gonna wait until he's almost all the way up? I mean, look at if this was 1 second later,
no nothing.
Right, he's like 1 second later. That would have been.
It's not even a second, 1/10 of a second.
Right, that would have been the big blunder of the game, right there. If he wouldn't have got him.
Oh, come on, Honey Badger. We ain't used to seeing people do you like that.
Right. Still not really the same after his injury.
Yeah, it had too many. I think he had like 2 ACL injuries.
Yeah, nice run.
There you go. Give it to Zeke.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna,
let the lineman spike it. Get a little Gronk spike there for the lineman. That's one thing, too, is
nice
like
hold.
if you can show appreciation for your line, which a lot of the elite running backs do. They understand.
Look at their line. They got 5 potential first-rounders. Collins, Martin, Frederick, and then you go to Smith on the left side.
Right. Okay.
Also, I want to give a shout-out to that guy right there just made that tackle, Mr. D-Law, DeMarcus Lawrence. 3 sacks today.
Right. 4 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and check this out, 6 QB hits.
Wow.
6. I don't think I've seen a guy get 6 QB hits in a long time. That was amazing.
So he was just in the backfield
all day long. He was just all in Carson's ear.
He said, I'm getting to the money, Carson.
He was telling Carson, you need to retire. I'm all up in your business.
Hey, you know what? I think it's a contract year for him. And I think it's his 4th year out of Boise State. And the way he started, the way he's hit it, he's going to be in line for a big bag next offseason.
And the only other Cowboy that really stood out on defense was Sean Lee, 8 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. But that man, DeMarcus Lawrence, starting to come into his own. I believe he's got 6.5 sacks already.
Wow.
So, I mean, if he keeps up this pace, he's not going to get 2 or 3 sacks every game, but he's pacing for 15. And that's going to be Pro Bowl status, definitely, for sure.
About to say, he's looking for a Pro Bowl nod.
Right.
You know, I'm a Redskins fan. I do not like the Cowboys, but I want to give a special shout out to Jalen Smith, bro.
Right.
From what he's been able to come back from that knee injury, they say he'll never play again, and look at him a year later.
Right, Notre Dame standout. Right, Notre Dame standout. We didn't know how good he would be.
He was a Heisman.
He was a potential first pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I mean? And then they slept on him, and then the Cowboys took a chance. I mean, they had plenty of other people that they could have picked up, but it looks like it's going to pay dividends for him moving forward.
All right, so there you guys have it. Reaction video to the Cowboys versus the Arizona Cardinals. Cowboys came out with the victory. We'll be right back at you guys real soon with a new video. You got something else you want to?
Right, so final score was Cowboys 28, Cardinals 17. Both teams were 1-1 going into the matchup. Now the Cowboys are 2-1, Cardinals 1-2. And it's crazy to think that teams like the Los Angeles Rams are in first place in the NFC West. But obviously Arizona and Seattle aren't the same. So that's why we love this NFL. You just never know until they blow that final whistle.
All right, so there you guys have it. We'll be back at you real soon with a new video. Marcus, this is Orion. Only got one question for you. Who you know talks sports like us?
Northwest Sports Fanatics.
Dak.
Zeke.